I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Was In A Cult, on Facebook at I Got The Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got The Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi, guys.
Hi, this is Laura.
And it's Deb. And it's another episode of I Got the Hell Out. And it's so early in the morning.
It is. It's like not even noon. I don't think we've ever done this podcast this early.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning, Laura. There really isn't any Kool-Aid today, guys. This is going to be another shit show. We both worked all week long, and we're just going to try and pull it together again.
And this is the only time this whole weekend we have to do the episode.
We actually swapped a whole bunch of stuff around, and I went, holy shit, I have to be at your house at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And we literally have 1 hour today to do this.
Yeah, because you have to be elsewhere.
Yep.
I have to be elsewhere. So let's get this party started.
All right. What do you have?
I don't know.
Well, you have a book with a bunch of stuff written down. Or do you want me to start with my stuff?
Well, I don't know. Okay, here's something creepy that happened.
What? To you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have, like I told you, all these ex-members are contacting me, and the leader's first wife, who he excommunicated.
Wait a minute here. The leader's
first wife.
First wife. Okay, gotcha.
The one that wasn't real happy he was messing around with his secretary and proclaimed multiple marriage.
Right.
Sent me a request in Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, oh, right. And see, her first initial is, and this is going to be funny because ex-members are going to get it, okay?
Okay.
Her first initial is K.
Okay.
So we're just going to refer to her as K, okay? It wasn't I could tell it wasn't her by the language that was being used.
Really?
Seriously. And
ooh,
I was like back and forth a couple of times, and I was like, where do you live? And the reply came back, that state, of course.
Right.
Excuse me. And my very next question was, how do you specifically know me? And be very specific. And they never answered me. So
do you have any idea, like, who you think it was?
I don't know, but I find it interesting that they, out of all of the profile pictures, like, they could have stole off of me. They stole the leader's ex-wife.
Oh, my gosh.
And, it's one of those, my thoughts kicked in, and I was like, I think I'm friends with her already on Facebook, and we've already talked on Messenger. I know I have. So
was it like one of those gut feeling things?
Yes. Yeah. So I went back through my messages, and I found her original, our original. So she has 2 of them out there. I contacted her through Facebook, but she hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that was really
that's kind of
weird.
Creepy.
Really, really, really creepy. And by the way, she wrote a book about her time out there, okay? And
I don't think I knew this.
Oh, seriously?
I mean, you may have told me.
I don't think I did because I didn't have a way, I couldn't think of a way to let people try and find it.
Okay. Is there a way, or we can't go there yet?
Well, let's just put it this way. The first initial, again, laughably, is K, and little man's last name.
Oh.
And it's sold on Amazon. You can buy it, on a Kindle. You can, and it's,
And she only wrote the one book, so if you put, 2 and 2 together, you'll get that one book.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And it was...
I know what I'll be doing.
It was very informative. Shout out to you, Kay.
And all your sales you're going to get.
Yeah, I think you can get it to keep it, I think it was 95 cents to download it.
But who cares, though? That's still, she's going to probably see a spike in sales.
Hopefully.
Good for her.
I read it quite a few years ago. I wish she would have went into more dirty details, but she still lives right there. So
Got to be kind of careful.
that, and just like me, a lot of times you have the information, but you don't want to hurt somebody with the information that you have. There's things that I could say that would put people's lives in danger.
Right.
I know things that I'm sure people don't want it told, whether it be embarrassing, degrading, bad. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of us who have read her book, there's a lot more to it. So let your minds wander, guys, and
do some detective work.
Go find Kay's book. And I'd like to thank my friend Kim. She called me, I think it was last Thursday, because I was off. I watched the Manson. Did you watch the Manson? It was a documentary on Charles Manson.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
I had so much stuff going on.
It was I'm sorry. It was Monday night. It was on Channel 53, and it was all footage never seen before. Footage.
No.
And in the footage, there's a woman that was part of the group, and like they're showing her now and showing her like in the culty videos that was taken.
Okay.
And it was really, really, really creepy. And that could be me in a documentary someday, you know, pictures of me next to me telling the story. That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
Any TV people out there? It could be a Hallmark movie. Yeah.
Movie of the week. Do they still have those? I don't think they still have those.
I don't remember. I don't have cable.
But you remember like way back when there was like a movie of the week?
Yes.
And they were usually really bad.
But in watching this documentary, it was really creepy because there were a lot of similarities between Manson's group.
I was just going to ask you that.
Between Manson's group and between the group that I was in. You know, you're willing to die. Most of the people out there are willing to die for the man. You lie if you're asked to lie. I told you, you know, they came to the house and asked us to lie in court a couple times. Mm-hmm. Anything that they want from you, you're willing to do. And again, so I know things, and I would love to tell the story, but I can't. But, you know, some people are even willing to steal, kill, maim, destroy, set fire to things.
Oh, and that goes all against today's topic.
Well, you know, I can't confirm it, but there was an ex-member who had property out there, and Little Man had bought everything up surrounding this guy's property. And from what I've heard, Little Man had him arrested, and while he was in jail, they burnt his trailer down.
Of course they did.
So
get it out of the way.
Any ex-members out there that can confirm this, please get a hold of me. Well, it makes his property worthless if he burns everything down on it.
Right.
You know,
and then Little Man gets the land.
Only if it's sold to him. But
why would you not sell it if you have nothing there?
Because in the end, you don't want him to have it.
So out of spite, you don't sell it.
Right. There's a few people that I know who held onto their land for 15, 20 years.
Whoa.
But the shitty thing is you're still paying taxes on it.
Oh, crap. That's right.
Yep. You still have to pay the taxes on it. Or it goes up for sheriff's auction, which who's going to buy it other than Little Man?
Right.
At an extremely discounted price.
Right. So he wins either way.
He wins either way. And it's kind of shitty, but it's what happens.
Right.
So, but yeah, they do a lot of down and dirty shit out there. So what's this week's topic?
This week's topic is basically about the 10 Commandments and the 613 laws and how they kind of intertwine. And I was reading the children's book with this, and it's kind of funny that even though they proclaim that you need to follow this law, you should not do this. You know, was like the positive and the negative laws, or the...
Correct.
I think... But anyway...
I found one more thing Can you hold on for a second?
I guess.
Anybody who wants to look up the lost footage, it's called The Lost Footage, and it was at the end on the credits. It was
Wait, lost footage of what?
Manson.
Oh,
It was
duh.
so creepy and
Okay.
interesting. Okay, at the end of the credits, it was produced in 2018 by Naked Television. I thought that was funny in itself, but
That's funny.
Naked Television did it in 2018. Anybody who
What
wants
channel
to look
was
it
it
up,
on?
it was on 53. But see, that's regular TV. That's like pulled
they
off
should
the
pro-
antenna.
Okay. I'm sure they've got to have it in reruns. You know what I mean? Like playing it again?
It's a 2018. This is 2018. They made that
Right, but what
documentary.
I'm saying, though, is I'm sure that wasn't the only time they're playing it. I'm sure they're going to rerun
I don't know.
it.
I just gave it to people to find it. They can go find it themselves.
Okay.
It's too early in the
It's
morning.
way too early. So before we go into the topic, I wanted to thank 2 new patrons.
Okay.
On Patreon, Savannah and Sierra. Thank you
you guys.
so much.
Thank you. We'll be sending
You'll
your
be sending
prizes
out the prizes out.
If I can get my head out my butt, yeah.
Oh.
I still owe Sarah a bunch of shit, and I'm sorry, sweetie. And you are so sweet. She's never even like called me out on, hey, where's my stuff? So she's on the list to do list, and that to do list just gets longer and longer, Laura.
I know. And
so
then
let's keep going.
Throw a job on top of it, and
2 jobs. I work.
2 jobs.
I work for myself
That's true.
Tuesdays and Fridays, and I work 4 days a week at my other job.
you go, girl.
Yay!
But you like your new job.
I love my new job, and I'm not bored now. Forward.
What was that? Like a whip?
That was. Hey, no, I won't
What?
go into that.
No, what?
No, I won't go into that.
Oh, just no.
Just go into what we got.
Okay. So it says,
First of all, did you cross out all of the things that you're not supposed to say?
I think I did.
Because remember last week, you
We
didn't
had
cross everything out, and you
we
had
had-
to edit out the ass.
I know. I really did. I really did.
You don't have the power to read it and convert it.
I kind
You just keep plowing through.
Well, not at this time in the morning. I don't. I'm lucky I'm able to read it. Period. Oh my God.
Okay.
So we ready?
Yes.
It says, God gives us 613 laws and commands us to obey them. These laws include statutes, precepts, judgments, and commandments. Yes?
Okay.
It looks like you were going to say something.
I was lost in my own thoughts. I don't even know what you said.
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to have a lot of this today.
No, I'm focusing now. I'm focusing.
Okay. All right. All 613 laws will be used by God and will bring peace to the whole universe.
Exactly, including the aliens. Remember the whole
That's the whole universe.
Yes.
Okay. The 613 laws can be separated into 2 different groups.
Positive and negative.
It says do you know how many positive laws there are?
I
quiz.
don't. There's more positives than negatives, as I do recall, but I don't remember.
You're wrong, my dear.
Oh, okay. Okay. And see, a positive law is something you must do,
Right.
and a negative law is something you must never do.
Right. It says there are 248 positive laws. These are things you must do to serve God. And there are 365 prohibitive laws.
One for each day of the year,
These are things you must not do in serving God.
because it'll piss God off.
Right. And it says all 613 laws are written in the first 5 books of the Book of God, known as the Torah.
Originally in, Hebrew.
Okay. So now it says an example of a positive law. And this is in Exodus. Believe in God, it is positive.
Okay.
I don't think that's exactly what it says in the Bible, but hey. And then it says, what must we do to keep the law? We must believe in God as the only source of power.
Okay. You can keep that psychobabble to yourself.
Okay, I will go on.
Okay.
An example of a prohibitive law. This is also in Exodus. Do not murder. That is prohibitive law number 289.
No, okay. According to the cult, do not murder. That's do not murder other brother and sister cult members. It is totally acceptable for you to kill other people. Non-members or fall away people that have left.
Oh, I like how they get to pick and choose.
Oh, they honestly, because see, I couldn't kill you because you're a cult member, okay?
Right.
but your sister is trying to get you out, and she's causing.
and we can't have that.
And she's causing a lot of trouble, man. She's got some authorities looking in on you, and
And like the whole family's trying to get you out, the whole bit.
right. I, as your friend, could go. I can take care of your sister for you. Make it look like an accident.
I can cut those brakes on the car.
Well, it's not considered murder. It's considered saving you from the
Gotcha.
evils of your sister.
Well, but that's not what it says in the book here. It says we are not to murder anyone in any form.
Well, that's not what's taught coming out the lips out there.
But it's in the children's book. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
You always play devil's advocate.
I love playing devil's advocate. So now, let's see here. We have, do you know what positive law number 1 is?
I don't care. You know, down in that box, Laura, down in that box, I have a binder that I have written out.
I saw it.
Every single one of them.
Right, I saw that.
Every single one of them. And in my brain, I erased it and said, except for the ones that we discussed, last week. Every so often, shit pops back in my brain, but no, I don't know what the first one is.
The first positive law is believe in God as the only source of power in the universe.
Well, you just said that.
Well, this is on a whole page by itself.
Oh.
Okay. So they skipped positive law number 2. Positive law number 3.
I could run downstairs and get my
No,
binder.
I just want to know what you remember.
Jack shit at this point.
Positive law number 3. Love God with all your heart, your soul, and your might.
Yep.
That all you got?
Well, that leaves no love for anybody else, I'm guessing. Maybe that's why you're not supposed to praise your children, and
That's true.
so, you're supposed to give it your all.
Okay. So now we're on prohibitive law number 62.
They started with 62.
They did. They started with 62.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do not take God's name and bring it to nothing.
Do we know somebody named Nothing?
I don't think so.
Okay, well we won't be breaking that one then, because we don't know anybody named that.
And then it goes on to say, you shall not take the name of God, your heavenly Father, to bring it to nothing. For God will not hold him guiltless who brings dishonor upon or profanes his name.
You're giving me the heebie-jeebies, man. In my head, I'm like having flashbacks in my head of this like being said, like, by one of the elders and shit.
Well, I'm going to go on this
Okay.
page. I am sorry.
It's okay.
It says, a great deception that has spread throughout the world is that God is just one of the gods.
Well, over the years, Thor is a god. And he said that there would be no more ice giants. Okay?
Okay.
I see no more ice giants. I believe in Thor more than I do, the god that's supposed to be watching over us.
Well, here they have a picture of Jesus here, but I thought you said they believe in Jesus.
Well, they call him a different name, but yeah.
Right, but I just...
Jesus didn't come and die for your sins, Laura, like the rest of the world believes.
So he just...
Jesus came to prove you could live by these 613 laws. You could live a perfect life. That's why he came.
So he followed the 613 laws?
Yes.
Oh, how about that?
So
Okay.
perfectly, and that's he didn't come to die for your sins. He came to show that you could live by all these stupid rules.
Okay, and then it says, however, which this makes no sense. However, God has never identified himself as a god.
Well, it says right in there, you shall have no gods before me.
But then who's me? Little man?
Well, he proclaims himself as he who rules like God. So, and he actually has 17, 18 books. And it's called, his name and he who rules as God. I don't
understand. This is in the children's book, so the children are supposed to be understanding this.
I don't understand this.
I don't understand it either. I mean, I don't get it. Then it keeps going on. God is not a God. He is our loving Heavenly Father who is perfect in righteousness because he lives by his laws. Huh?
God is the biggest murderer there ever was.
I'm not understanding this.
That God was the biggest murderer there ever was?
No, I guess they're saying I'm trying to go with this book. Like, if you're teaching your kid what this book says,
Right.
which I don't even understand it, so I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to teach a kid.
You got to call your counselors, Laura, and they'll explain it to you.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Call them up. Call them up.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what my last counseling session involved?
You said beer, didn't you?
The bitch I love to hate and her sidekick showed up with a 6-pack of bottles. And I just laughed because, like, who takes beer to a counseling session? And not only that, 2 beers wouldn't do anything for anybody.
Oh, it would for me.
My mom too. But
I'm such a lightweight. Okay, so now we're moving on to positive law number 206. I'll give you $50 if you can tell me what this is.
oh gosh, go ahead.
Okay.
What? You're not going to give me.
No, I was gonna say I'll give you $50 if I can say what is positive law 206, and you're like it's blah 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 blah. I would shit my pants.
It is love your brother as yourself.
You bitch!
Did I get it? Did I get it?
Yes!
No way!
You did!
Holy
Son
shit!
of a bitch!
Okay, you can add that $50 to my check when I'm here next week.
Oh my god, do you suck?
I pulled that out my ass.
No shit, I'm looking at your face.
The coffee's kicking in.
Son of a bitch.
I can't believe I got that. Out of everything I
Neither
could say.
can I. And I almost was going to say $100.
That was the last sweet coffee.
Oh my god, son of a bitch.
All right.
Okay, positive law 206. I can't believe you friggin' got that. Oh my god. Do not seek revenge nor bear a grudge against one of your own people, but you shall love yourself, your neighbor, as yourself.
Well, see, I didn't do all of that. I mean...
Well, no, but look what it says right there. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yes.
I can't believe you. Son of a bitch.
It's going to be a good day, Laura. I'm not even awake and it just
Do you
popped
know
into
how
my
many
head.
times throughout the day I'm going to be like, son of a bitch,
I'm going to be grinning ear to ear.
when I write that check out?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. And you know what? That's going to be in the little memo line. Son of a bitch.
Oh, nice. Do you think anybody at the bank looks at them little memo things?
I don't think so. I don't know. I would just see if there's anything stupid written.
I used to write stupid stuff in there.
But how hard would you laugh if you worked at the bank and the memo said son of a bitch?
Pretty damn bad. Pretty damn bad.
Oh my God.
I'll point it out when I cash the check. Because I go in.
And I will give you the $50. You won it fair and square. God. Well, this is my favorite one in the kids' book.
Okay.
Because they aren't really following this.
Okay.
Okay? This is the best part right here. It says, if you go to a store and do not steal, then you are showing love for the owner of that store because you kept God's law.
Yeah, because you're not ripping them off.
Right. When you show love for others by keeping God's laws, then you show love for God as well.
Okay.
Okay? So they don't want you stealing things from people, right? And there's basically saying that you and your possessions are things. But yet they can crawl through windows and accost a woman. I don't really call that loving. The guy might think that's loving your neighbor, but I highly doubt the woman's thinking love your neighbor.
Well, maybe they want to be together and it was arranged.
When she was sleeping and someone's creeping in the window?
Well, maybe she wasn't actually really sleeping. Maybe it was arranged that, this was going to happen.
If it was arranged, she can walk through the front door. Who the hell creeps through windows?
People out in the creepy ass cult. And it was more than one,
Yeah, here's a memo to people listening that are in the cult. Lock your windows.
I'm betting you, Laura, that they're told that they're going to go to hell and burn to death if they listen to this.
Windows.
No, if they listen to this.
Well, if someone's listening, if they're going rogue and they're listening,
going rogue.
Lock your damn windows.
I'm betting little man, his little army of elders and my ex, are listening. I'm sure there's some rogue people out there listening. I would. If I was told not to listen to this, because when we were told not to read certain papers that were being passed around, when we were told not to watch certain things, Guess who was the first person looking for it?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. What else you got?
Then it says, after that, it says, teach the book of the law to the children. So basically teach all of this crap. And that is positive law number what?
154.
11.
I couldn't do it twice.
If you did it twice, I would be like, you know what? Here's $1,000 because you're just freaking psychic or something.
I wasn't going to get the number one.
But I would have shit if you did.
Again, guys, we don't know what each other has before we do this.
So. Oh, I think they're quite aware of that. I think they're quite aware of
Hell, I don't know what I have half the time when I come up
and especially when it's 10 in the morning. Oh my God.
I had to work. I worked 10 hours yesterday. I got off of work at 8 o'clock at night, stopped at Brother Bob's, had 2 beers, went home, took a shower, and looked at the clock and had 2 hours to get anything ready. And I fell asleep on the couch an hour later.
Oh, I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night because the night before I spent 5 hours in the doggy ER.
Exactly. Here we are going off topic
again. And here
again.
we go off topic, but my doggy's okay. Yay! Thank God. Anyway, so back to teach the book of the law to the children. It says children can be taught from a very young age. They can even be taught righteousness while they are still in their mother's womb.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Maybe blast sermons or something.
Yeah, but see, back in the olden days, they didn't have sermons to listen to all the time.
Well, according to this book, I was right and you're wrong, because it says the mother can listen to sermon tapes or read out loud from the Holy Scriptures, and this will go into the subconscious mind of the child. Ooh. Because God created us with this marvelous capability. So there.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. That's all they have in here. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Prohibitive law number 244. What is that?
244. Prohibitive law 244. Hold on. My brain is doing the Rolodex scanning thing.
And I will absolutely shit if you get it. I'm not betting you any money.
Prohibitive law 244 is worship no other gods but me.
No, do not steal. Which kind of goes with the other one that we were talking about.
I was going to guess that.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
And I didn't bet money, thank God.
Now, if you bet money, you probably would have lost.
This is the one that really gets into the creepy going through the window shit.
Well, wait a minute. Do you realize that your possessions are yours, correct? Right? No, wait. Your possessions are yours. And your apple tree out there,
right?
According to God's law, anybody who is walking by that is hungry may come into your yard, to your apple tree, and eat as many apples as they want.
But that's a tree. I don't give a shit. I don't want them touching me.
But they're not allowed to take so much as one apple with them. That would be stealing. That is feeding.
So they can stand there and eat.
They can stand there and eat out of whatever fruit trees that are in your yard. That is not stealing. You're helping to feed the hungry stranger. But on the other hand, the stranger who comes to eat at your apple tree is not allowed to take a single apple with them. Because they could sell it and make money, and now they're stealing from you. So.
Unless the money would go right back to the cult, and I'm sure it'd be okay.
Let's just say there's a lot of
loopholes.
There's a lot of sketchy shit that goes on out there. Yeah, a little sketchy.
Really?
A little sketchy.
Kind of like this.
Okay.
This is what I have a bunch of stars by this one. So, under do not steal. Stealing begins with trespassing. Well, how about that? Well, trespassing, going through someone's window.
Well, I never got the fruit tree thing because you're trespassing onto somebody's property to get to the tree to begin with.
Trespassing means being somewhere that, you shouldn't be, somewhere you don't own.
Exactly.
So then it says, listen to this. Trespassing is touching.
Yeah, you can't touch somebody's stuff.
Trespassing is touching, taking, or going somewhere without permission, like in someone's bedroom window.
Yep. I told you they pick and choose.
Oh, and listen to this. It is also very important that we ask permission before we do something.
I told you that
Can
woman.
I rape you? I'm sure they ask that because going by this book, they should be asking that.
Well, if they're asking to have sex with you, then it wouldn't be rape. And if she said yes, it would be consensual and it wouldn't be rape.
Or if she's asleep and doesn't know what the hell's going on, I'm pretty sure she can't answer.
Maybe he whispered in her sleeping ear. Well, Muhammad married an 8-year-old, right?
I guess.
In Islam.
Okay, I guess.
He married an 8-year-old because he asked to marry her, and of course she's 8. She didn't know
And 8
what the
doesn't
hell
know
to
what the hell.
say.
Right.
So he took took her silence as consent.
Oh, for God's sake.
So yeah, silence is consent.
Ah, okay. And it says, if we always remember to ask permission, this will keep us from ever stealing.
Well, I told you, and it pisses you off that my friend had to ask to go to the bathroom. She had to ask for everything.
I am livid.
So how is she stealing from her husband if she goes to the bathroom without permission? How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
How does that make any kind of sense?
And I just really wish she would have pissed on his foot.
No, she was one of the most submissive, law-abiding women that was there.
Now, did you say, is she still there?
Oh gosh, no, they're gone.
The husband too? Is she? Please tell me she's divorced.
Yeah, they were one of 2 families that I know that left with one husband, 2 wives, and tried to make it work on the outside world.
Oh, imagine it didn't. Huh?
And no, they were actually on Dr. Phil.
What?
Yeah, they were on Dr. Phil.
I wonder if that's on YouTube.
I've looked for it, and I can't figure out, because they went back to their old names. They changed their names back.
Okay. But I wonder if you go on YouTube and you're like, Dr. Phil Polygamy.
I don't know, but her husband, he listens to us.
Hey.
Hi, Norm.
Pretty shitty of you.
Hey, he's a lot better now. He is totally different. I was going to tell you. I was on a road trip with somebody, and they wanted to stop and see him because they were really good friends in the cult. And in my head, I was like, no, I don't want to go there. I hated that man. I didn't like how he treated his wife.
I want him to hold his piss in all day long.
Be nice. I did end up going there, and I think I've told this before. Person I'm with, person he was with, they ended up falling asleep and stuff, and we talked for hours. And I've come to find out other ex-members, some of these elders' wives that I've been talking to,
Okay.
they weren't my favorite people while I was there because of the way they treated people and they did things. But I'm coming to find out that probably even myself, we weren't who we were supposed to be in life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that does make sense.
And Norm actually told me that, it was, you got to prepare for the end. You got to raise your children right. It was so much pressure. And I never thought about it as a man's point of view.
Well, I guess it also has to do with the brainwashing thing, too.
Correct. And as a man, if your wife is being disobedient, what's wrong with you, dude? What are you doing wrong? If your children are being rebellious and acting up and, constantly
If everything falls onto you.
Yes.
Then what
that
are
makes you a
doing
hard
wrong?
ass.
Okay.
And I never would have believed that this man that I despised while I was there, it's like, oh, he's like an actual real human being these days with thoughts and ideas and feelings of his own. And a lot of the other ex-members that I've talked to, it's the same thing. You don't have this pressure on you. The end is coming. Obey. Do this. Do that. Get your food storage.
And you're thinking for yourself.
Right. I think I'm finally becoming the person that I should have been before the world and everybody else told me who I'm supposed to be. Because even me, I'm not the same person that I was in that cult. I told you last week that mob mentality. I'm screaming at somebody that just came back for their possessions. Right. And I never should have done that. And it's not something that I would normally do.
Right.
But
that was something that the cult told you needed to do.
Yes. And I like I said, my head's up my ass. I should have done screenshots. Remember talking about the X-rated tapes?
Yes.
On our ex-members page where we can all do or say whatever the hell we want. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me if there were more than 4 because I only saved 4.
Right.
And nobody can really remember, but another ex-member, Brandon, he said that it probably seemed like there was a hell of a lot more of those sermons because they worked it into the men's law class and the men's Lamuja class.
The who? What?
Lamuja class.
What's that?
Different classes, and they tried to name them Hebrew and Jewish names
to make it sound like really
I don't
impressive.
Know. But here's where it gets interesting, Laura. And again, something I hadn't thought of. There's about 6 or 8 of us discussing these X-rated tapes. And somebody pops out there with the idea that the X-rated tapes came out. Those sermons and all that shit started coming out about a month or 2 after Confessions. So, people are going to be confessing everybody they slept with. They're going to be confessing, getting done up the bum because that's a sin.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff. Now, imagine taking the nastiest of the nastiest, and that probably turned Little Man on.
Ooh, I bet it did.
And somebody else chimed in that, he probably got his rocks off being able to talk like that to his congregation.
Oh, I bet he did.
Especially, trying to impress the younger girls that he still has this vocabulary. Oh, speaking of vocabulary, you know how his tenses and how he says stuff really irritates the crap out of you?
God, yeah.
He has his own dictionary out, and he has people purposely talking like him. It's their own cult language now.
What?
Look at your face. Oh my gosh, look at your face. And I do believe it's called the Okie from Muskogee.
Please tell me I can buy this.
I'm not.
Is it on
sure.
Amazon?
Please.
I think it's. Please tell me this is for sale.
I think this is only distributed through his own little propaganda publishing thing.
God, I need that.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a book that you can get. Okay? And it's called The Joy of Sects. And it's SECTS.
Okay.
The Joy of Sects. An A to Z of cults, cranks, and
cranks?
And religious eccentrics.
What the hell's a crank?
I don't know. And it's by Sam Jordanson. Look, it's a pretty cool cover to a book.
Ooh, that is neat.
Okay. CJK shared that with me. Now,
save that screenshot because I think I might want to look at that.
Okay,
I might want to buy that book.
We might buy the book, but here's the thing. This is I'm gonna have to mark some of this out. But oh my God, look at how they drew Little Man in the book.
Oh my God.
Okay. And CJ said that he took pictures of the rest of it. But
Can't we just scratch that one little part out?
I'm going to read this. There's other things that have to be scratched out. Okay.
Okay. Oh, because we got to post that. That is a work of art.
Oh, my freaking. Anyway, it starts off in the middle of a sentence. Okay.
Because of course it does.
Because it's a book, and they just did the picture of.
Okay.
Yeah. It says city where they could wait the end of days, and little leader man's being quoted saying, "Thankfully, we only have a year left of this madness," said Little Man in 1999.
Of this madness.
Yeah. And the book goes on to say, of course, as it turned out, there was more than a year to go.
Really?
It's 26 years later and I'm still waiting. You know what I mean?
Wait, is he sitting on? What's he sitting on? It's like a tree stump?
He's a redneck hillbilly. I told you that.
Oh my God.
And look, all his teeth are nastified and falled out. He looks like a redneck hillbilly.
Oh
It doesn't look
God.
like Little Man, but the cartoon depiction is just...
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It goes on to say, of course, as it turned out, there was more than a year to go. And that didn't perturb too many of Little Man's followers. However, several hundred of whom had already demonstrated their devotion to their leader by changing their own surname to Little Man's in 1996. That's the only reason I was ever legally married, Laura. The only freaking reason.
Unreal.
Because me and Ken got our last names changed to Littleman's on the same court document in that state, which made us a holy union because we now had the same last name on the same court document. Screw you, state. Anyway, the rest of this is in shadow. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. They even stayed with him when he once again mistakenly prophesied that the last 3 years of mankind's time on Earth would commence in October of 2000. I was there for that one.
So what was your reaction?
Do you know how many times I've survived the end of the world?
Right. What was your reaction when, like, it came and went? Like, were you surprised or were you like, eh?
Well, they always came up with something.
Well, right, you said that, but I mean, before they came up with the reasoning for it.
You know,
what was
not
your
only
reaction?
not only does little man time travel, but time starts and stops in prophecies.
Well, I guess it would have to, huh?
Well, it has to because, you know, I kind of like your clock on the wall and it sticks every so often.
Right.
Time is passing for us, but it's not passing for the prophecy. Because from the day one...
So we have two different sets of time?
I don't freaking know. All I know is when we joined, we had 3.5 years left. 3.5 years. 3.5 years. And the tooth I'm missing in
And did you really believe that?
No. The tooth I'm missing in my mouth is because I got a cavity. And they don't do doctors and dentists. And, you know, we had been there for 2.5 years. And he's like, you can't wait out a year until Jesus comes back and heals that tooth for you.
We're like, no, it hurts right now.
Did you, I mean, have you ever had a cavity so bad they had to pull your tooth?
No.
I had that thing packed with aspirin.
Oh, God.
My father-in-law felt bad for me, and he went and got me cotton balls and I guess that Ambisol.
Yeah, like numbing
shit. And after a week, all I could do was cry. And,
oh, my God.
Yeah, so, yeah, I went and had it pulled. 3.5 years
Thanks,
never
little
came. Man. Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Fucker. He probably has all his
There's
teeth.
Kenny's corner.
Nah. Kenny doesn't need a corner. Kenny needs a dark room and I need a baseball bat.
Yeah, but if it's a dark room, you're not going to be able to see him.
I'll just keep on swinging. Just keep on swinging. Well, I didn't say he wasn't chained to the wall or tied up. No.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
It's just like a piñata, man.
Kenny the Piñata.
Jennifer, please draw us Kenny the Piñata and make sure, remember he's bald, okay? Please.
With a little ponytail.
With a little ponytail coming out the back. Oh.
With Debbie swinging a bat.
Yeah, swinging a bat.
Oh my God. And instead of a bunch of candy falling out, a bunch of bullshit falls out.
Kenny's corner.
Kenny's corner.
The state we lived in was out in the Midwest, and it's hot, dry, arid, okay? Mm-hmm. We had sticker grass. Do you know what sticker grass is?
No.
I'm going to have to post a picture of one of these because I can pull it up on Google, but do you remember well, you wouldn't remember. World War II, they had these floating bombs that they were round, and they had these big, sticky, big, long poles coming off of them, so the ship hit them and boom!
Okay.
These are worse than Legos to step on. They're called goat heads.
The hell?
They instantly pierce your flesh and it...
Ow. Legos are nasty to step on, man.
Yeah, but you don't want to step on goat heads. But, she's gonna try and find out because remember the sticker picker?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I wonder if that's what that meant.
Well, she got to me and she says something about, do you remember the sticker grass? Because you couldn't walk around barefoot in that state.
Was it like real prickly?
Them bitches hurt. They're goat heads.
I'm so confused with goat heads.
It's a little tiny burr thing that
it's like all prickly.
But it's tiny. It's like the size of smaller than a pea.
Oh my God.
And
okay.
It's got these spikes on it that are razor sharp. And when you step on it goes straight into your feet.
So I bet that's what the sticker pickers was.
Well, I asked because like my kids, when they visited up here for the first time, they went to put their shoes on to go out in the backyard at my mom's. And she's like, you don't have to wear shoes. And they've got this look on their face like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I ain't
we
stepping
do.
in stickers.
Right.
And my mom took them out there and showed them that there was no stickers in the grass. So She's looking into it to find out, but maybe a sticker picker is a punishment for a child. Here's a container, go fill it up with
Right.
stickers.
Well, that makes sense that was one of the options in that video cartoon. The sticker picker.
Well, nobody could figure out a worm wrangler, so we don't know about that one.
I'm sure someone can figure it out at some point. Let us know.
Okie doke. Yeah. That's about all I got
That's all I got.
on my offshoot there. Don't know what to tell you.
That's all I got, and I owe you $50. So
Yeah, well, remember Maria, our assistant, that no longer assists?
no longer assists.
She was in my house the other night, and I'm trying to write some stuff down for here, and she looks at me, and I told Marie that I would read this. On September 17th, Marie looked at me and proclaimed that she is not going to die a normal death, and she is totally convinced that she's going to be murdered. So for our...
What the hell? Where'd she get that
I
from?
don't know. It's in her head, but if she gets murdered, it's right here.
There's
There's proof.
episode, what was this, 34?
34.
34.
Yeah, she wouldn't that be creepy if she did get murdered and then
Ooh, don't talk like that.
we
What the hell's that noise?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure.
At least it wasn't a burp.
There's no beer involved today. It's. I got little tiny chocolate donuts and I finished my coffee, and you only had sucky ass flavored coffee.
I had flavored. Yeah, and one of them was some little
Caramel coconut.
It was these little pods that I bought. It was like a little gift pack.
Caramel coconut.
Ooh, and one was caramel coconut. I'm not drinking that crap.
You know what? I may make that the next time I'm here and let it just the smell waft in your house.
Ooh.
My mom's second husband, he liked tuna fish, and that's the thing that's kryptonite to my mother. And he would make tuna fish, and of course, there's more than enough for one sandwich.
Right.
So he would put it in a bowl and label it with a skull and crossbones.
Oh my god.
And tape it shut so that she wouldn't accidentally open the
Oh
tuna
yeah,
fish.
and get like a waft of that.
Tuna fish is good stuff.
Oh, I know. I like it.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Does Pippi like it?
He loves seafood. He thinks he's a cat. He will not eat his dog food if it's just like dog food. I have to mix it with fish.
He's a cat. Remember the cat that came in?
Through my doggy door.
Yeah.
Yeah, stray cat came through my doggy door and they were hanging out in my house.
I thought you got a cat.
That was so great. You text me a picture. You're like, did you get a cat?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is there a damn cat in my house?
I thought it was funny.
Oh, it was hysterical. What are you looking for?
You're supposed to just keep talking and not let people know I'm doing something.
Well, I'm not. Want me to talk about the stray cat for 5 minutes that came into my house?
Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're funny.
Keep scrolling. Do you want me to stop it?
No.
Did you find it?
I found what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Erica R. had a question. She says, I've now listened to the first 26 episodes in a week. I found the podcast by chance. I think it showed up on something similar to the podcast Naked Mormonism. I had no idea there was a podcast called
Naked Mormonism.
Naked Mormonism. She goes on to ask, I have so many questions, but I start with this. How does the cult get new members? What do they promise them to come there today?
Oh, good. That's a good question.
When we joined, you were special. You were destined to be there in the first place.
Okay, gotcha.
And you found the real truth. You found
and how
the
lucky
real
are
God.
you?
And you're lucky because you are now in part of the upper echelon that's going to rule the universe.
Gotcha.
You're the first fruits.
Gotcha.
So, Erica, that's there with the promise of you're special. You're totally special. And
you were lucky enough to find them. Is that
correct?
Okay.
Well, the things that happened in your life led you there.
But you're still lucky.
Yes. Well, lucky's pagan, remember. You're blessed.
Crap, that's right.
You're blessed,
okay.
Laura. You're blessed. Okay, she goes on to ask, you said when you joined it was more fun, and also you joined because of your ex-family. But today it seems more dull. Do new people come there, or is it mostly family members? And she goes on to say, I hope you understand my writing. I'm Swedish.
Aw.
Yeah. I love Swedish fish, by the way. Do they even sell Swedish fish in Sweden?
I don't know.
But
Maybe it was at Erica, you said?
yeah.
Maybe she can tell us.
Yeah, do you have Swedish fish in Sweden? I don't know.
That would be so funny if they don't.
They don't have Kool-Aid in freaking, London. I didn't join my family. My family didn't join. It was love. You do this most stupidest things for
When
love,
you're in
Laura.
love,
Oh my God.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to see the Freaks in the Mud Hole Commune. I went with my boyfriend of 2 years, and everybody.
And you just sometimes
At
follow shit blindly.
Right. At some point, everybody needs religion for comfort or whatnot. And, I was 21, 22 years old, and 23 maybe. I don't remember. But everybody was so nice and welcoming. And like I said, it was like a big family reunion. And, a vacation 3 times a year, go see these people. And it's really different when you don't live in that state.
When you're just going for the feast.
When you're just going for the feasts, yes. And we were home in the Carolinas for a month and a half, and that's when Kenny said he had to be with his people.
And you were just like, all right, sure, I'll go along with it.
Yeah, sure, why not? And, there were so many things that I didn't think about when I packed up and moved there. Some of them I can't say on the air.
Well, but I mean, and I think we've all been there at some point where you just blindly follow the person you love.
Well, I left Pittsburgh because I didn't want to live and die here. The world is a huge-ass place. If I could get paid to travel, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yep.
You'd never see me in this neck of the woods again. There's just too many other places to see. And I thought, okay, well, I'll live in another state, know? And I never really thought of the ramifications of moving there and immersing myself completely in that culture. You change the way you talk. You change how you eat. You change how you interact with people. Totally different. And Erica, we tried to convert my mama, but mama was too smart for that. Huh, mama dear? Love ya. Oh, Laura, that one box I brought over that I got from my mom that she had saved a bunch of pamphlets and stuff. Yeah. It was labeled cult propaganda.
Yep.
She labeled it cult
That's
propaganda.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
You laughed your ass off when I brought it over that
I was
day.
so excited. It was like Christmas morning for me when you brought those boxes over. Oh my God, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first pictures I posted on our Instagram account.
Well, yeah, it was it was 3 cardboard boxes.
And one said cult propaganda.
Yep, and one was a Marlboro bag full of nothing but culty pictures.
Culty pictures. And we need to get your mom on here. I've been writing the questions out. Because you said she wanted them ahead of time. So I've been writing them out.
She's just afraid she's going to mess up and say something she's not supposed to. And I keep telling her, Mom.
Well, edit it
do
out.
You know
how many times do we do that?
Yeah, I told her, I says, Mom, me and Laura screwed up like 4 or 5 times last week. And she's like, really? And I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we look at it like, Laura, you kept reading when you messed up last week, and I actually was like wide-eyed and smacked you in the arm, and you looked up.
Because I kept going.
Yeah, you looked up like, what the hell was that for? And then you went, oh shit, and then we had to find the spot that we had to go back to.
Words.
Yeah.
Oh, your mom has nothing to worry about.
No, it's, yeah. Anyway. Everything else, like, there's 4 requests for the Facebook group. Jane K, Cindy spelled with a Y-H, and the other 2 are, hold on, I gotta delete these people. Rohan W and Charlotte R. Y'all 4 don't look like your real people. There's nothing to the profile. You can't see any friends. The only profile picture is the one that's there. There's no group, and they found us through our own podcast. So, and most other people tell me how they found us, which is places that we've been interviewed. Oh, I found you on this podcast. I found you on that podcast. Right. I found you trending on this site. But goodbye, guys. Decline. Out of everybody I've declined, only one person has requested and said,
hey, I'm real.
I'm just a really private person. And that one was iffy too, and I erred on the side of caution.
Right.
And like I said, Lil Man's first ex-wife, she's messaging me in Messenger, but it's really not her account.
Right.
Crazy shit.
That is weird.
And a lot of people, ex-members, one of their mottos is, if it's not forever, we don't want it. Okay?
Okay.
It's right up on the wall. It's in a lot of the pictures I post, like
my
inside the
God.
sanctuary. But there are so many ex-members, including myself, that you get to the point in your head that if this is what heaven's supposed to be like, I want to fucking go to hell.
Oh,
I don't,
yeah.
I can't barely just stand to live on this earth like this, and I'm gonna have to live like this for the rest of my life.
No, thank you.
And I said a couple episodes ago, the fact that there's a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell says wonders about where they expect traffic to be going. Traffic. So to all my ex-member friends out there, I dedicate to you AC/DC, Highway to Hell. That I was jamming on the other day to work, and I thought, hell yeah, to all the rest of us who got the frig out of that place. Oh, and frig is a god, remember? You can't say.
That's why you're using it. You pagan heathen, you.
I don't celebrate birthdays. I don't do holidays, and you know all that.
Right.
But I do get the biggest kick out of when it pops up on Facebook, and it's an ex-member. And I will happy birthday.
Oh,
every freaking time. So, but yeah, I miss all you guys. Someday when I get lots of money, we're gonna have a big get together, and I'll pay for everybody to get together. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that would be fun.
We'll invite you too, because you're not a married member.
Yay!
Yay! Well, I think that's pretty much all that I've got, because it's been a week.
It's been a
whirlwind
week.
So, guys, we're doing the best we can. We appreciate all of the people that hold on and listen to us, even though sometimes we squirrel, don't make sense.
But
go
this
off
has been
target.
just so much crap this week.
It's not even crap. I'm enjoying my life. I can honestly tell you, Laura.
Oh, mine's been crap.
For the first time, I can't even remember, probably before I even joined the cult. I am so totally happy with my life and what's going on in
I'm
it.
so happy for you.
I'm working a lot. My son's home. I got good
Things
friends.
are going well.
I have good friends that I hang out with. Like, I got off work last night at 8:00, and I stopped at Brother Bob's and had 2 beers, spent an hour there, and took my happy ass home and got my shower and wrote what I could for today before I passed out. And leaving work yesterday, I called you. I'm like, what's the topic? And we figured out that we had miscommunication, and I thought I was coming over here at 1.
And I'm leaving. I'm going to be gone by 1 because I'm going to a pierogi festival at Kennywood.
I hate you. You were supposed to take me to the pierogi festival.
You know what? Do you think I could remember all this stuff?
That was the one thing I asked you.
And I told you, well, first of all, I owe you $50, so just shut up.
I earned that, bitch.
I told you I will take you somewhere where they sell pierogies and I will buy you dinner.
No, that's okay. I'll just feel unloved over
No.
here. Well, part of the fun is going to the festival.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I forgive you. I always forgive people.
Do you like the rides at Kennywood?
I love the rides at Kennywood.
Oh, you're making me feel worse.
And
I'm sorry.
nobody will go with me.
I would have gone with you this summer. I love Kennywood.
We had tickets to Kennywood too, and you never took me.
No, they were these tickets.
I know. Thanks.
Shut up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm sorry.
Well, I tortured Laura enough, guys, for this week. Oh, I have payment for the lawyer. You need to get me the numbers, because I'm on this nonprofit shit.
I will.
So, when you get a chance, guys, torture your friends. It makes them feel like really bad, and then next time they'll actually make an effort.
Yeah, and don't make a bet with them, because you're going to be out $50.
I can't believe I pulled that out my ass. It would have been better if I would have gotten some of the other questions right.
Oh, I would have just died.
It has to be somewhere in my head, because I've actually written all this shit
It's like
out.
in your subconscious somewhere.
Well, I've tried to erase it.
And you made money from it, so there you go.
Yippee skippy.
Ooh, well, on that note.
Well, guys, this is Deb.
And this is Laura.
And this was another half-assed episode that I think turned out okay enough that we're going to publish it.
Okay enough.
Okay enough.
Okay enough. That's the name of it.
Mediocre is okay some days. Hey, I hauled my happy ass out of bed and got here, didn't I?
You sure did. Sure did.
Well, guys, hopefully we'll have some good updates for y'all next week.
Yep.
And
we'll talk at you next week.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.